Hello, hello, hello.
Evil sleazeball.
I bet. Got reaction. Hassan talking about Biden speaking for the first time since the election. Let's get it.
Speaking of old school cartoonishly evil sleazeballs, here's an old school cartoonishly incompetent geriatric man, Joseph Robinette Brandon. You might have forgotten about him. You might have thought he was dead. He is very much alive, it seems. He is back. He is back. Biden prepares for first post-presidency speech.
This afternoon, President Biden set to make one of his first public appearances since leaving office. He's scheduled to deliver remarks on Social Security in Chicago. This comes as Democrats warn the Trump administration is making cuts at the agency that provides those benefits. The president has repeatedly said he won't touch Social Security benefits. So we want to bring in ABC News political director Avery Harper with all of this. And Avery, this is an interesting first event back for President Biden. Why choose this event, and what do we expect him to say?
All right, well, this is going to be at a conference that is for an advocacy group that is about strengthening and protecting Social Security. We know that for Democrats, that has been a strong part of their messaging, the concerns that they've...
I really hope he says he's running. He's going to run again because his job in Israel...
All right, well, this is going to be at a conference that is for an advocacy group that is about strengthening and protecting Social Security. We know that for Democrats, that has been a strong part of their messaging, the concerns that they've...
I really hope he says he's running. He's going to run again because his job in Israel is not done. This Trump guy, he didn't do enough Israel, and he didn't do NATO. Watch me. I am alive, and I'll be back.
If he fucking ran again, that'd be crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. That'd be kind of crazy.
Gonna protect Israel. Gonna protect Ukraine. I'll show that thug Vladimir Putin what's what. I'll do NATO. I'll do NATO 10 times over. I'll make Ryan Root's legacy a long-lasting one.
Let's fucking go.
I have it on good authority. I got 1,000 NATO-trained Afghan troops ready to go in my command. Took them over from my favorite supporter, Ryan Ruth. I guess both Trump and Biden have called the president of Ukraine a dictator for different reasons. Trump because he loves Vladimir Putin, and Biden because his brain was melting, and he was like, President of Ukraine, Vladimir Putin.
raised about what the Trump administration says, or what the Trump administration could do to Social Security, especially some of those concerns that there are about DOGE cuts, things like the possibility of office closures, changes to how people have to verify themselves in order to receive their Social Security benefits. Those are concerns that folks say could impact how people receive those benefits. And so we expect to hear President Biden and former President Biden speak to that tonight. Also interested to hear what more he might say about this current administration. We know that President Trump has said a lot about former President Biden and his administration and about the what it meant for the current state of this country. So interested to see what he will have to say about this current administration.
Avery, you and I talked on the air yesterday about those events we've seen from Bernie Sanders and AOC and these events.
I did the NATOization of Finland. Man, I miss doing the Brandon voice, chat. Have y'all noticed? It's been so...
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly do not know where the fuck the Brandon thing came from. I was not in the loop when all that shit happened. I don't get it. Is it just because, like, it's slurring Biden, like Brandon?
Long. I'll do 9/11, Jack. I'll do 9/11 9 times over.
Hey, yo, what?
It's like Grandpa. He's going to tell us how he did AUKUS, dude. I can't wait for him to talk about Five Eyes. Watch me. Hopefully his defense of Social Security is as passionate as his defense of the state of Israel. Nothing will be as passionate as his defense of Israel. I'm telling... Dude, Trump likes Israel because Sheldon and Miriam Adelson give him money. It's that simple. Biden is a die-in-the-wool, straightforward ultra-Zionist, which is extra crazy because he's fucking Catholic, which means he, out of all the Christians, is the least likely to be Zionist. It makes no sense. Not true? Dude, come on. In comparison, Catholics, an Irish Catholic in comparison to the average American evangelical, Catholics are not supposed to be this diehard for Israel at all. The Pope literally called it a fucking genocide. What are we talking about? He's Irish Catholic too, on top of everything else. It makes no goddamn sense. His faith and loyalty in Israel is insane, okay? Uh-oh.
Folks, you know, it's no surprise that he did
Oh,
a hell of a
shit.
job when I asked him to be commissioner of the Social Security. And the reason I did that is not an ordinary transition for a government.
Bro, he looks so down.
I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Bro, he looks like a fucking corpse. Oh my god.
Someone with some guts, some toughness, who'd fight for every single penny that it needed, that would try to restore the integrity of the system. And to everyone here today, I want to thank you, all of you, very much for this award. It means a great deal to me coming from you. And I
Wait,
mean
what
that
award did he
sincerely.
win?
It means a great deal. You're in the front lines every single day.
Someone said Sleepy Joe
You're
woke up.
helping. You're advocating for your fellow Americans, Americans with disability. It's a big deal. We talk about what happened to the physical side of it if we didn't have Social Security. Think of what the psychic calm gives so many people.
What the fuck is he
who just don't know where
talking
to go.
about?
Don't know how to traverse what needs to be done, or alone. Last fall, on the White House lawn, we celebrated the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. As a United States Senator 400 years ago, I was looking back on it. God almighty, I've been doing this 50 years. It's hell turning 40 years old, anyway. But back in the year 1990, I was the co-sponsor of the Americans with Disabilities Act as a United States Senator. In my view, and I suspect many of you, it was one of the most consequential civil rights laws in American history. That's what got me involved in politics in the first place. Delaware, like Maryland, was one of those states, was a slave state. We had all the vestiges of what was going on back in the day. We were one of those states that still.
Oh my
I remember
God.
moving from Scranton, Pennsylvania, down to Wilmington, Delaware.
Bro's a
when
yapper.
Cole died. My dad moved back to where we could get a job. I remember I pulled into, my mom would drive us on the Fulton in Philadelphia, and we lived in an apartment complex, and she'd drive us it was only about half a mile to Holy Rosary School in Claremont, but it was so dangerous she wouldn't let us walk up because of access road. I remember pulling into the parking lot.
Dude,
And
this
I had
is
never
crazy.
I'd never seen hardly any black people in
Oh,
Scranton
my
at the time
God.
when I was only going to
Shade
fourth grade. And I remember seeing the kids going by at the time called colored kids on a bus going by. They never turned right to go to Claremont High School. I wondered why. Asked my mom, why? So in Delaware, they're not allowed to go to school, in public school, with white kids, honey.
Bro, he's on the same
That sparked my
story.
sense of outrage as a kid, just like it does. I mean,
He's been on the
I
same
use
story
young
this
kids
whole
right here to tell you
time.
things affect them when they learn about something that's really just unfair and unjust. You know, my dad was an honorable man. And my dad
Oh
used to have
my
an expression.
god.
He said, Joey, your job got a lot more
How
than
is he
paycheck.
not dead yet? I
Such
don't
a
understand.
dignity.
I really thought he
Oh
would
my
have been dead
God.
by now.
It's about being able to look your kid in the eye and say, honey, it's going to be okay, and mean it. Well, that's what you're all about. That's what the legislation is about. It's about dignity. Simple dignity.
Oh.
Everyone deserves to be treated with dignity, regardless of their standing, regardless of the economic situation, regardless of who they are.
Right.
Making sure that more than 60 million Americans
Someone said, what
who
the
live with
fuck?
disabilities are treated with dignity is who we are as Americans. That's what it's about. Folks, today I want to talk to you about an issue that's front and center right now for millions of Americans. Social Security. You know, some of you may know the Democrats have declared today the Save Social Security National Action Day. National Day of Action, I should say. We know just how much Social Security matters to people's lives. Everyone in this room fights for people with disabilities who rely on Social Security to survive. To survive. Not just the physical side, it's the mental side. It's the mental side. You make sure folks
And the
get to do
fucking
this they earn
background noise just
after a
makes it
lifetime of
like
hard
so
work.
much worse.
The work they do is more than just a profession, what you do. It's a calling. It's not just a profession. And Social Security is more than a government program. It's a sacred promise. We made it a sacred promise. 73 million Americans receive Social Security. From their first paycheck to their entire life, they pay into Social Security. In return, they count on Social Security to be for them when they're going to need it. Folks must never, ever betray that trust or turn our backs on that obligation. That's why during my presidency, we protected Social Security and made it stronger.
His audio dial is busted. He just
Martin,
keeps
the governor
yelling
can tell you.
randomly or
We
whispering, so
came
it's
into office,
impossible to
Social
fucking regulate the
Administration had its
audio.
lowest staffing, she referenced it. Lowest staffing levels in 50 years. And demand is going through the roof because of my generation and the baby boom generation.
I look, you don't know what
Pushing
the fuck he's
retirement.
even talking about, bro.
So the demands on Social Security increased significantly.
I can't
Our
even do
administration
like
secured nearly $2
proper
billion
commentary on this shit. What the fuck? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Backlogs and improved customer service. We slashed wait times for folks in need. We're calling the 1-800 number. We got it down to
The
under
1-800
13
number.
minutes. It used to be 3 times that long when we took office. Made it easier for people to get help with their claims online. Reduced how long it takes to review a case. We fixed the appeal system, make it uniform in all 50 states, which made a difference. We strengthened the anti-fraud measures to protect people's identities and to make sure benefits are going to people who actually they belong to. By the way, those 300-year-old folk getting that Social Security, I want to meet them because I like to figure out how they live that. Hell of a thing, man. I'm looking for longevity because it's hell when you turn 40 years old. But as a result, by the time we left office, we had improved every single line of customer service, from applying for disability to filing an appeal to reporting fraud. It all became more efficient and more effective. And I'll bet it made your jobs easier, too, in the process. Now, these achievements may not sound so glamorous to most people, but you know, absolutely
Holy
essential.
shit, dude.
In my view, one of the most important jobs of any elected official is to make sure the government works for the people, works for all people. It's understandable. They can understand what it is. And then we keep our promises to the people, to all the people. That's exactly what we did, thanks to all of you. I also signed into law the Social Security Fairness Act.
What's the point of this speech? Literally nothing.
Yeah,
It's an
that's what I'm
exercise
trying to
in
figure out this whole
masturbation.
fucking time.
And predictably, liberals are
What the fuck did you just say?
I also signed into law the Social Security Fairness Act.
What's the point of this speech? Literally nothing. It's an exercise in masturbation, and predictably, liberals are actually masturbating right now. The fact that this has 13,000 viewers is shocking. You might say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
that's
Cory
fucking
Booker got
crazy.
100,000. Who cares?" Like, but the very fact that this has more than 10 viewers is unironically yet another instance where I don't have a lot of faith in the Democratic Party's base of support. There shouldn't be more than a single person watching this. To be fair, you have 36,000 viewers watching it right now. Yeah, and it sucks.
5 years and then wait around and be...
Like, he's dead.
Yeah, this is bad, bro. Oh my god. There's literally no reason. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even like talk about this shit. He's talking about nothing.
By the way, he's a billionaire. God love him as mine.
Yeah, he's this ACP behind him. He's the American Communist Party. He's a MAGA communist now.
Billionaires, not he's paid. But when he talked about the possibility of Social Security checks not going out this month, he shrugged it off. Here's what he said. He said his 94-year-old mother-in-law wouldn't complain, wouldn't bother her. She's probably a lovely woman. No kidding.
Can you believe this guy was the president, dude?
What about that 94-year-old mother living all by herself, doesn't have a billionaire in the family, or all the retirees who depend on that monthly check to feed themselves.
How is he
All those
still
people with
going?
disabilities.
How is he still
beyond the
going?
source. What about all those people? That's who you fight for. So those who desperately need you. And folks, it's not just the Secretary of Commerce. We heard how others, empowered and emboldened by this administration, talk about Social Security. One of them called it a Ponzi scheme. A Ponzi scheme? What the hell are they talking about? People earn these benefits.
Bro, this shit should have been titled Joe Biden speaks for the first time since election and has nothing to fucking say. Because I don't understand a word, bro. Like, what is he talking about? This shit has no relevance at all. It's actually funny.
They paid into that benefit. They rely on that benefit. And no one should take it away.
How is bro not dead?
You know, Franklin Roosevelt had a different view. He was president coming out of the Great Depression. He and all his colleagues saw great suffering, so much poverty. He also took steps to raise standard of living for ordinary Americans, including creating Social Security. He himself was from a very wealthy family.
Never forget that this man's unimaginable selfishness and also insane loyalty to the state of Israel caused both a genocide to continue and subsequently his love and loyalty for Israel's endless appetite for baby murder caused Donald Trump to become the president. Like, I will never forgive this demon. I will never forget, and I will never forgive this asshole. This piece of shit is directly responsible for Donald Trump and the mandate that he seemingly got to erode the due process, to shred the First Amendment, to engage in deportations for people who have hurt the feelings of Israel. All of that, his administration set up. If there was any God, if there's any karmic justice, if there any sort of thing like that, if there was any sort of divine justice, this asshole would be feeling the pain. But of course, because he's demented, he doesn't even get to understand what happened to his legacy. He probably in his mind still thinks he's fucking president.
My friend Governor O'Malley knows what they're really up to. He says, and I love his quote, they want to wreck it so they can rob it. They want to wreck it so they can rob it. And why do they want to rob it? In order to deliver huge tax cuts to billionaires and big corporations and keep it going. They want to make permanent the 2017 tax cuts, which overwhelmingly benefited the wealthiest Americans and the biggest corporations. That's going to cost $5 trillion. Where are they going to get $5 trillion to pay for it? Other than continue to run the deficit up. Well, where they always do, by running up the national debt, number one, and then by taking the money from someplace else. What are the two big pots of money out there in raw numbers? Social Security and Medicaid. Well, from other programs that people rely on and have paid into. Republicans, these guys are willing to hurt the middle class and the working class in order to deliver significant greater wealth to the already very wealthy. Who in the hell do they think they are? I really think I mean, just basic decency. Who do you think they are?
Oh my fucking god, bro. This background noise is low-key like triggering me.
Pay your fair share. You know what the average, we have 1,000 billionaires in America. You know the average federal tax they pay?
I'm going to talk about 4chan after this.
8.2%. Anybody want to trade that number? What you're paying?
Is he missing a tooth? I don't know. It looks like it. I saw that too on the left side of his mouth, right?
Oh my fucking god, turn this shit off. I'm done. I can't. I just fucking brain rotted for 18 minutes. Oh my god.